Make48 is funded by
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
On the last episode of Make48.
We have Steam. Steam is incorporated in our education games. We have the toy part, the fun games. We're helping kids out.
The teams brainstormed ideas for new Steam toys and then pitched their ideas to the patent attorneys.
When I Google sort of just math towel games, there are hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Coming up, the teams head to a local hardware store to buy supplies, and then they start designing and building their prototypes. This is Make48. Everyone's got a big idea. Early in the morning on day 2, the teams are anxious to get their supplies so they can start bringing their ideas to life.
Good morning, teams. Are you guys ready to head out and grab the materials that are gonna help you bring your prototypes to life? Woo! Let's go. All right, we're heading over to Star Lumber. You're each gonna have $200 and 1 hour to get everything that you're gonna need to build your prototypes. Tool techs will be there with you, so make sure to ask for support if you have any questions. And let's just have some fun. You get to shop on our dollars.
The category is toys, but in particular STEAM toys. Science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So it has to base around that.
All of our steel techs are deep into technology and science, and we all love that aspect of things.
I mean, STEAM is like everything, right? That can go into so many areas.
And being able to take that and mold it into, from a toy aspect, it brings us all back to our childhood and what we might like as a child, being interested in science and technology and math and even the artistic side of it.
2 different age groups that the teams could choose from. It could be between the ages of 5 to 15 years of age, or for very sick kids in hospital.
With only $200 and 1 allotted hour, the teams have to get to work finding the items they need.
So we're looking for as thin as possible, or do you have a certain...
Well, it needs to, since it's a cubic foot box, it can't be too thin.
Yeah, I found him.
Oh, there he is. You're talking about that really thin stuff?
Right.
Door skins. Yeah, door skins.
Oh, they showed us the door skins, I think. That's what...
In back?
This time, unlike the regionals or in Indianapolis, we sought to utilize the tool techs a little bit more.
So this is Baltic birch. This is the good stuff.
Yeah. Cool. No.
So it's gonna stay pretty flat.
No, where do we put this?
There's a lot of glue in it. That's what makes
We
it.
can fit it on the bus.
I don't know if you'll be able to cut it in there.
Oh yeah, we can cut it in the laser.
Okay.
Nope.
Searching for stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to pick out the parts that are going to make this the most splashy.
Well, yesterday we thought we were working on something else. Today we are now working on a game. Actually, we pivoted last night, but we're working on a game where the goal is to wet your opponent's pants.
Splashy's good.
Splashy's good. Splashy's
Especially
fun.
if it's water.
Yep, totally. So, got a good selection here.
Yeah, there's not a lot of splashy type things. They're all pretty much white or black.
I think we're gonna have a lot of base pieces that are like this, and then maybe 3D print a few custom pieces.
Or you can get fusion, the plastic paint. It'll stick to plastic.
Ooh, tell me more.
There's some. Who is it? It's fusion paint. So it's spray paint, but it sticks to plastic. It's something about it that sticks to plastic really well.
Do you think they have it here?
Probably. Yes. Spray paint.
It's a thinking game and a mental reasoning game where you open and close valves, sort of pretending you're a plumber, and your goal is to create pathways to a cup on your opponent's side of the field, and if it overflows, it tips into their lap.
So
I think
also bond to
and those are primary.
Do they say it? If it says bonds to plastic, then it's good to go.
Okay, so we got to come up with an aesthetic, and then we'll choose a color.
I'd be worried about that just because structural interior, exterior, best septic, surrounding wood, water.
Totally got it.
How much is the walnut? Do you think?
Probably $300.
We want it to look nice.
Well, I'll make a deal with this.
So we're making a light box. It's got a light in the back and an opaque piece of plastic in the front that allows kids in a hospital to kind of play with color and shape and light and create their own kind of night light and ambient light for a hospital room.
So they make 3 measurements and they determine the price from there. So it's probably not going to be labeled until they measure it.
Okay.
We found a nice piece of walnut for our project.
How tall is this? About 8 foot. You want to make it a little longer than the original size. You're probably going to cut the ends off.
I'm excited to see what everyone comes up with. We've kind of brought in all the top 2 teams from all the cities, so I think that the level of competition is going to be pretty high. And I think that some really good ideas will come out of it.
How much more time do we have?
Attention, Make48 teams. You guys have 30 minutes left to complete your shopping.
Plywood sheet, ready to rod?
Buy an extra one so in case you drop it.
I don't think we need 5.
Yeah, we got pretty much everything. They had pretty much everything we needed there.
So let's go back and check through what got here. Sandpaper.
Sandpaper, add that to the
Sandpaper.
They're right.
I love seeing like assortment of different things as they come together. This is all you guys, right?
Yeah, Spiral's quick. Got everything we needed.
This leg, right? Sure. So here you're going to tee off, and you could put something. And then we go across that way. We went to the hardware store. No, we didn't get everything we needed, but it's hard to plan everything you need.
Yeah, right. You need to put a reverse one of these on that leg.
Right,
like
we
that.
got
Yeah, you got to do a dirty back. Yep, and that would go here, right? Yep.
You get elbow deep in a project, and you find out you need a couple other things, and now you're back to the store.
If I had to work with anything in this competition for this challenge, it would be MDF because it's the most versatile, it's the most stable.
Yeah, I understand. It would be good for the prototype. I'm just scared that we kind of need to know the size is going to be and then like the weight. This way we can tell them how much the packaging is. Most of the stuff that we're doing we either using scrap wood that we have in the shop or 3D printing. So the only big thing that we really needed was a sheet of plywood to make the frame, the big frame of it. I know that this might be better for the prototype right now, but for the final product, what do you think is the best product, best material?
Baltic birch, plywood.
All right, Make48 teams, this is your 15-minute warning. Start thinking about checkout. If you have any last-minute questions, ask the staff in the tool techs. You got 15 minutes to use the rest of your money. Okay. Is this something you found randomly?
We're like,
added on?
we might as well just like make casts too.
Oh yeah.
To showcase on top of like.
I love Magic Make's idea.
They've gone again for something that's hospital-based. It's a cast that has like patches on it. It's a little bit more freeform. It's more like an activity toy playpen.
Okay, and what's this?
For the plaster.
Oh, to put it on
the cast making. I haven't made.
creative here. Yeah, I like it. That's good.
I haven't made paper mache in like forever. Have
Maybe
you?
elementary school was the last time I did that.
Yeah, right.
Kids write on their cast, and that's the way that they entertain themselves. So being able to see something created there on an item that's part of their recovery experience that now can be entertaining for themselves and others is game-changing.
We'll figure it out. I think this is what we need.
All right, Make48 teams, your time is up. What you've got is what you've got. Let's head back to the buses.
As tool techs, you know, we've never left anyone behind. Since the very beginning, we have always been able to get every team with a product to show the judges. That we wear that with pride, and we aim to keep that record.
What else should we add on if we're gonna do like the communication tag that is in theme?
Suggestions was just like a simple game like tic-tac-toe, an interactive game.
I mean, in terms of how many different things we want on an arm at one display, like I think the bones is enough for one thing, and then we'll have the name tag, not the name tag, but the communication, and then we'll have like maybe a section here where we can play the word jump.
Before we left last night, we were supposed to have 4 3D printers going for our parts for our product, and it was all good, and we were really nervous about leaving, and it was, hey, go ahead, and so we did, and we came in this morning, and no parts, they all failed.
All
so we had, and that's 8 hours worth of time, and so today we're like, well, how are we going to do this without 3D printing?
We decided fill the cubes. So we have colored cubes, these clear cubes.
What did you buy here?
LED strip lights, so we can put the LED strip lights in so you can simulate the light with the bouncing of the music. So we're going to stick these, we're going to drill holes through our cubes so you can run the lights through the cubes.
The cool thing is we came up with an alternative plan, and it actually looks and feels better than it would have been with the 3D printing.
Yeah, we probably can get a better product out of it.
So how big are you thinking those cubes are going to be, about that size?
No, this one's half size. This is a 1 1/4 right there.
This size?
Yep.
Thanks. And how many cubes doing? 12?
We are doing like 18 regular size cubes, and then we're doing a couple of half size cubes that simulate half notes or rest points.
Okay, cool. Half notes. That's smart.
So we really have a quarter note or a half note or a whole note, so we're going to do some cubes like that also and just do a simulation on how to put it together.
All right, great. You guys got a lot of work to do.
We got a lot of work to do.
I can't wait to see how it comes along.
Me too.
What we can do at Go Create is a very challenging thing to explain. You can do everything from your branding to photographs to 3D printing, whether it's in woods, metals, welding, design, textiles, and electronics.
Is you can come in with an idea or a thought, and as you sit in our space and as you start expanding your ideas, you see that you can take it to another level, or what you started with might become totally something different.
Plurality of building blocks. You have a primary target piece. It's your target.
The B. Or whatever
the overall.
But it's not a primary target piece.
You're just trying to hit.
Yeah, but if you go to court, I'm gonna choose one and say it's like a patent attorney can interpret things any way they want. Anything is primary.
Well, we had to make a little bit of an adjustment to the original idea we had. It wasn't working out with a patent that was out there, and we had a long discussion with the lawyers about that.
Well, see, the primary target piece is separate from the plurality of building blocks.
Yeah, but so is theirs.
Well, if all they have is a plurality of building blocks and not a primary target piece, I think they get around.
What's your target?
That's what I was trying to think.
So
plurality of building blocks.
Yeah.
So your blocks are the target.
Yeah. Just getting into wording.
You know, I'm a lawyer, so I see it both ways.
Yeah. You can argue it both ways.
You can argue it both ways to me. So since it's not just an automatic not infringement, this one is really close. Yesterday when we did our research, they essentially want like a projectile type of game that's gonna have blocks and you're gonna be propelling a projectile and knocking down the blocks, and we found a patent. But we explained to them that infringement is having every single element of the claim. And this is where we disagree, because when you look at infringement, you literally read the claims, look at the product and say, do you have A? Yes, I have A. Do you have B? And that's what seemed to happen. But we told them, if you take one thing out, you'll be okay.
And the patent claim that we found is broadly is written. So reading through the claims said something about a plurality of blocks, which means more than one block, and a priority target, something along those lines. Andrea made the point that, well, you have a plurality of blocks, I could say that one is the priority target. So, you know, lawyers disagree. That's where litigation comes into play all the time. So we told the team, you know, you're close. You're in a gray area, definitely.
Right.
You know, you could be sued by these guys. Can you remove something else?
So the whole point is you don't want something infringing. So can you change something? I think you still have time to. Because what's the point if it's infringing? That's the whole point of why we're here. Like if you know it's infringing,
You don't have the card. You don't have the card. You don't have the primary target piece, arguably. It's up to you guys.
Depends on how tough the lawyer is.
Yeah. I mean, it's owned by Mattel.
Yeah.
It could be litigious.
And I think it's so close. Like you're going from a bird to a bee. Well, just be prepared if you keep going to answer questions.
They're gonna ask
Are they going to be willing to invest in a product that they know going in may be infringing?
You're going to need to tell them about your closest competition. That is your closest competition.
So we ended up going with, instead of shooting at a tower to knock it down, we have to do something where we can't use it. We can't like hit blocks and knock down blocks. So we have to use some sort of like target to score, keep score.
So you're trying to make a bridge. With, these are the connections.
We are the only team of two. We have a good connection, a good synergy, and that makes, we are leveraging that, having a concise team to come up with an idea fast, converge to an idea, and then follow to the manufacturing of that. The connection that we were thinking is like a magnet ball inside of that, and then just those holes so to guide the tubes, the links.
This way is not super loosed, but at the same time we don't want it to be super strong.
Yeah.
You know?
To add a challenge.
Hence the magnet. Because if it's a friction fit, then it's too strong. Or they wear out and they get too loose.
That is exactly the problem. Of
I think you need a bunch of tiny little magnets.
Like what format? Does it matter?
Well, same format as this with the poles on each side, but you know, with a 16th inch diameter. A bunch of little magnets. It's the only way to go.
It's a lot more work. That's for sure. It's a lot more work having two people on the team. But at the same time, it's a lot better to get ideas done as fast as we can.
Hey. What's poppin'?
What's going on?
Okay, I got your materials.
All right.
So it's definitely doable.
How can we help?
So I just wanted to make sure I have everything clear because we did switch from like a bear that's sitting upright, right? Because now he's on his stomach, which is okay. Look and feel, right? We just need to look and feel. So, about here.
That'd be fine.
So the grindery.org, they went more towards the medical space within the theme. So their idea was to basically create this stuffed animal. They wanted to start with a koala. We couldn't find a koala to basically repurpose, so we went with the panda. And basically the idea was to create this communication device for children while they're in the hospital, so loved ones can leave messages, call in. They originally wanted to start making a bear from scratch, and I was like, absolutely not. We don't have time for that. And that is where the ingenuity of Make48 is, because sometimes we don't have enough time to start that from scratch, especially as tool techs, and there's only one or two of us that can kind of sew. So I'm like, if other teams need sewing, I need to be available for everybody. We gotta spread the sewing love, right? So, it's go to the toy store, grab the closest things that looks like what you want, and then let's hack it from there. Okay, so basically, he doesn't have a seam right here, so I'm gonna have to just kind of cut and then go in. I did want to double check though, are we still doing the sensors on the arms? Okay, awesome. Does it matter which one or?
No, we need to, that's what we could be doing. We need to design the sensor or get the little metal piece for you.
So if I get started with the stomach screen, is that give you enough time to design the sensor part.
And then that's the piece
Okay.
that we talked about that goes into one of the arms.
Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, basically cut him open, and actually, I think I can go in from his side seam.
Okay.
Slide in there, take some stuffing out. A little harsh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like surgery.
Yeah. Pop him in there. Make a nice finished edge. Sew around it as best as I can, and then
Okay.
go
You want
from
this
there.
yet? Or
Not
you want me
yet.
to get
If
the
you-
two other things?
Yeah, if you feel like, I would rather you have everything figured out size-wise and all that stuff, but I'll leave him open. It's gonna take
Okay.
me a little bit of time.
Okay. So we're talking. We'll put him on the side right there, about
Okay.
3 inches.
Okay, yeah, that's doable. It looks like
Get a
he's
little
got a seam right
right
here,
there.
so I can open him up.
Right. And so we'll work on it. We'll go from inside. We need to put the tape around this, what do they call it?
Electrical
Twill?
tape?
No,
Oh, the twill tape. Yes.
That
so
around
I'm
the
gonna,
metal as well?
Yeah, basically what I'm gonna do, especially on this one, since this glass is thicker, I'm gonna double it up. And basically I'm just gonna keep building it up until it's a border, then slide it in, and then sew.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So we'll work on the other little piece.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Come on, get to going.
The tool techs are very important to the weekend in that the teams can concentrate on the more important tasks of getting a sellable product and getting the idea in front of the judge and pass off any of the skills that need to be utilized to make the prototype. They can say, here's the idea I have, and pass it off to one of the tool techs to do that heavy lifting, do that laborious work. Then they can get back to doing more project management and product determination.
Scuba is thinner than neoprene. Oh, really? Yes. So you would want to get the one that says scuba.
Another 1 yard, or this is alternative fabric?
Yeah.
we
So
can
any
play
fabric
with,
you get 1 yard.
Okay.
Can the person put it on themselves? We don't want it tight enough that they
No,
can't.
and so that's why I was saying if you got something with some give, with that lacing system, with the Velcro, because like y'all said, this is something that they gonna wear short term. That they're not keeping this on their arm, on their calves the whole time. I would really just take some time, get the nylon, feel it, and then go to basically the section that looks like dance costume materials. Look at that. And just kind of think about that. Even take it off the boat a little bit, wrap it around your arm, and just kind of see what that feels like.
So we are approaching this from an angle of teaching the kids about art. So we are kind of reinventing the light bright and creating a panel where kids can learn about color mixing and color theory, as well as different modern art styles.
So basically, we're using a rocket launch system to figure out the angle of trajectory and the force that a child pushes down on the rocket launch, the pressure bag, and calculate the distance and the angle. And we're going to have targets at a certain distance away with a trajectory sheet where they can view and improve on how hard they hit the bag, the distance, and the weight. We'll have variable weights that we can put in the tip of the rocket so that it varies the angle of trajectory, so that they can further learn how it all works and ties together. And then basically, if he hits the bag, go for it.
That's half the battle, right?
All right, teams, we are almost at the 24-hour mark, and that means it is time for focus groups. You're gonna have 10 minutes with your focus group, and that includes the time for question and answers. So it's gonna be tight. Make sure you get as much out of that focus group as you can. Good? Have fun, guys.
On the next episode of Make48, the teams get an opportunity to present to a focus group of parents and children.
So if you're making a beat, can you
you like, and if you play the beat, can you like save that beat into like an inventory or something, like save it?
You know, we haven't actually thought about that, but that's a great idea.
And the competition picks up as the building continues. Make48 is funded by
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
To learn more about the invention process and to get to know the teams, visit Make48.com.